brands have a sort of tuning division in-house. BMW's Motorsport division, Hyundai's N division, AMG's Brabus division, although AMG is in itself, or at least was for quite a while, Mercedes' in-house tuning place. But Mercedes also has another in-house company. But instead of focusing on making their cars go faster, they focus on making Mercedes go... well, they focus on making them more opulent. Yes, a revived brand, Maybach. Maybach were, well, essentially like Bugatti back in the 1920s and 30s. All coach building and luxury and stuff. But then, nobody really heard from them for quite a while. Until Mercedes brought them back in 2002 to make an even more over-the-top version of the S-Class, the Maybachs 57 and 62. And then from then on, that was pretty much the way it was. Bigger, more luxurious, more expensive, more opulent versions of already really big, luxurious, opulent Mercedes. Now, they were usually the S-Classes that were, well, I'm not sure how to describe it because it's not tuned. More, up-luxuried? Made more luxurious? That's the closest I can get. Made more luxurious. But then, Maybach did something different. They did it to an SUV. Not even the G-Wagen. The GLS. The Mercedes GLS. Not exactly the first Mercedes you think of. Even when you think about SUV Mercedes, you probably think of the G-Wagen, or the, well, I suppose the ML, or even the GLA, or possibly one of the EQ ones, like the EQS SUV. But no, this was what Maybach decided to make more luxurious. Only they not only decided to make it more luxurious, which was, you know, not exactly the usual Maybach candidate, they also decided to make it more off-roady. Because, yes, this is the infamous bouncing Mercedes. Basically, Maybach added a feature to bounce the car's suspension up and down if it gets stuck in sand. Only people thought, hey, that's really cool, and just ended up driving around really slowly and bouncing Mercedes, thinking they were rappers, when, well, it was more like sweet rappers, to be honest. Still, it has turned this car into a bit of a meme. Now, you may remember another car with an infamous feature, with the infamous feature actually added. When CET added the Zenvo TSRS, they also added the tilting wing. Unfortunately, there is no bouncing option for the Maybach, so the best we can do is abuse the suspension editor. Not really the same appeal, but it's funny. Now, here's where you're going to have to use your imagination a little bit. Can you imagine, just after the thrashing the Porsche 918 got at the hands of that Nissan Patrol on the Grand Tour, can you imagine it just going back to other cars and saying, help, I got beat by a Nissan Patrol, SUVs are getting too fast? If that was a 918 that could talk, it would get mocked. And then those cars would go and meet this, which would do something like this. Usually when an SUV is quick, I tend to give it a bit of a backhanded compliment, because I'll say, ooh, it's really quick for an SUV. Not this one. This one isn't, ooh, it's really quick for an SUV. It's just really quick. This is genuinely as fast as quite a few cars around its price bracket. And that's possibly one of the highest compliments I could give an SUV. This thing is stupidly quick, and I absolutely love it. Honestly, luxury, speed, and memishness. The holy trinity of qualities you can get in a car. Usually you can get one or maybe two out of the three. Not this one though. I tell a lie, memishness isn't the third in the holy trinity. Handling is. But don't worry, because this one also happens to handle like a dream. Not even like an SUV dream, just like a dream. For me, I feel like this is basically a normal car wrapped up in an SUV body. And you can still feel that it is a normal car, because of just how good it is. This is better than, well, two of the cars I've driven this week. Actually, probably all three of them. And it's an SUV. And not even a sports SUV, a luxury SUV. What a meme. I love it. I will be genuinely amazed if this doesn't do really well on the track. Which is funny because before driving it, I would have said, if I will be amazed if it does well on the track, or if it's just a good car in general. But no, I've changed. Look at this, keep to the curbs, head up the hill. Bit wide, but, we'll take it. Power down the corridor. Still a bit wide, but that's my fault. Rock kink. Keep it to the apex. And then, finally, just a little bit of brakes through the flat-out corner at the end. 3306. In an SUV. And that's with my bad driving, and I definitely know there was places where I mucked up there. Damn. Holy moly. I will admit, in its price bracket, it is outperformed a little bit by, most of the other cars. But I still maintain that if you just want to smile rather than have a serious car, this one. This is the one. Buy this car, because yes, it may be a little bit slower than some of the other cars in its price bracket, but it's also one of the happiest cars that I've driven. So on that bombshell, I will see you all tomorrow with a very extreme, stripped out, many million quid Maserati. I'm getting deja vu from this.